Welcome to the 2021 Defender Trophy Limpopo. This was supposed to happen last year, but unfortunately, because of COVID, we had to postpone it to 2021. This year, it's being sponsored by Bundutec, which is our main sponsor, and a whole handful of other sponsors. So far, it's been going really well. We've had such a good outcome. It's the first day, getting the sponsor stickers onto the vehicles, doing registration, getting people all excited, getting them all worked up for tomorrow. Tomorrow's day one, and we travel then from Palabora all the way up, basically through the Great Limpopo Transfrontier Park, ending the tour very close to Pafuri, up north in South Africa. Day one of the Bundutec Defender Trophy Limpopo 2021. We had a nice start this morning. Everything went according to plan. We had a turbo issue yesterday.
Fortunately, the farmer here has got 5 or 6 Land Rovers, and he kindly gave us or lent us one of his turbos. So, quick fix, and we should be on the road again in another hour. Which is wonderful that the Landy guys can stand together and help each other out, you know.
They started off well. They had a short briefing, and then thereafter the sponsors had a chance to just give us a quick rundown on their products and so on. Our first stop was at the big tree. All the vehicles pulled in underneath a 2,000-year-old baobab tree, and it's such a big tree we could actually fit 15 of the 17 vehicles around it. That was a nice surprise to the people because it was not on the route notes. Everybody's refueled in Gravelot. We picked up firewood from the vendors there. So now for 4 days we're not stopping anywhere, can't buy fuel, we're right in the bush. We're now on our way to the Great Limpopo Transfrontier Park. We're going into the Letaba sector, and then tonight we'll sleep wild in the Big 5 area. So the adventure has really started. We started the day off inside the Great Limpopo Transfrontier Park from our wilderness campsite. People had a real good time last night. But anyhow, so we had to alter the route because of the rains we had up here. We couldn't cross the Great Letaba River, which was originally the plan. And that didn't bother us too much. In the end, we went to a lookout so I could actually show the guys where we would have crossed the river if that was going to be the case. And from there we left the park, we drove around the park, and then we followed the fence of the Kruger section of the Great Limpopo Transfrontier Park all the way down into the small Letaba riverbed. The guys are having a real joy. I mean, they've been playing in the river, they've been just having a good time.
Well, it won't select diff lock, low range or high range, so it works through a bunch of linkages here, and obviously it hasn't been used for a while in low range diff lock. All in a day's work.
Tomorrow morning we leave early because we've got a long day ahead of us, aiming for the Makuya sector of the Great Limpopo Transfrontier Parks. Day 3 of the Bundutec Defender Trophy Limpopo 2021. We woke up on the banks of the smaller Letaba River. where everyone had really had a good time last night. I mean, the fires were burning late into the night. When overlanding through these rural areas and wilderness areas, waste management is always a problem. You never know what to do with your waste. So what we did today with the group is we stopped at a shebeen and we gave the guy a bit of business. We each bought something and we asked permission to drop our rubbish there. So we got rid of our rubbish in a sensible way and support the local economy a bit. Today we are traveling through rural Limpopo, through the land of the Shangaan into the land of the Venda, and then we enter the Makuya sector of the Great Limpopo Transfrontier Park. Everyone had to sign in, our temperatures were taken, and then we came from the top of the mountain in the park. We were rolling down towards our wilderness campsite. Yeah, we had one big tree that fell over the road that we had to remove. We had to pull it away with a car. And Lanny did it in a stride, no props. So we arrived in the campsite and everyone is now just chilling. It has been a long day, but it's been a lovely day. A true Land Rover day. Man, we started the day with a river crossing that was really something special. We were quite lucky. The river has actually gone down during the night, so it wasn't that high. But it was an interesting exercise for most people, going down the embankment and then crossing the river and then up the other embankment.
Convoy rolling.
A little bit further on, we hit a mud patch, flay land that no one could foresee, and we had two vehicles stuck there that we managed to eventually rescue out of the mud. That was actually a nice recovery job. We used the opportunity to show people how to do a recovery the proper way, and then the rest of the day was basically traveling through the Makuya Park. We saw a bit of game. It's a true wilderness area, so when they hear the convoy coming, they scatter all over the place, but we saw some nice waterbuck on the way. But yes, and then we arrived at one of the most beautiful campsites imaginable. It's just out of this world, camping next to the Limpopo River and looking forward to an evening of fun and games.
Folks, it's the last day of the Defender Trophy 2021 Limpopo. It's been an amazing trophy, great sights, great drive.
We wanted to cross the Mutali River today. That was part of the plan, but the Mutali is flowing so strong that there was just no chance. There's no ways you're going to cross that Mutali River. So we decided to deviate from that, and yeah, we exit Makuya Park and then drove across the Chikondeni mine grounds and came to the town of Masisi, and now we're at the Awalani Lodge, which is where we will have our prize giving and then dinner afterwards. It's been such a good trophy. I've had so much good feedback. It was challenging at times, but the guys have had such a good time. I mean, really, everyone complimented the trophy. This is one of the best trophies ever. And it's really what we needed post-COVID, so and thanks to all. It was really great.